Kלים Perik Beis Mishnah Vov. Gistro shenimtzeis bekivshon. We've explained before that a kli cheres, even if it breaks, the pieces are still able to be makabel tumah under the Torah of gistro. Gistro means, the word actually comes from two words, gisi trei, two pieces. If the kli, the broken piece, has the required share, which we mentioned before in Mishnah base, then the broken piece is still able to be makabel tumah b'teres gistro. Now the question is here, shenimtzeis bekivshon. You're forming a kli cheres, and when you open the oven to take out the kli cheres, you then find it's broken. The gistro will only be makabel tumah b'teres gistro if it broke off an already formed kli cheres. Once you have your kli cheres, which is able to be makabel tumah b'teres kli cheres, if you then find a piece broken off, it then can be makabel tumah b'teres gistro. But if it broke off before the kli cheres was formed in the first place, then you cannot make a gistro from the beginning. So you have to determine, did this gistro break off after the kli cheres was formed, or did it break off before? So the Mishnah says, if the gistro broke off before the kli cheres was formed, then tahira, the gistro is not tomei. If the gistro only broke off after the kli cheres was formed, it may have broken off a minute later, it doesn't matter. It broke off from the kli cheres, tmeya, it's got a din of gistro. Now Baal Tanura explains, how do you know when it broke off? So Baal Tanura gives you a simon. The words of Baal Tanura are, he says, if you can see that the edges are smooth and that the edge which broke off is reddened, is red from the heat, then you know that it broke off afterwards. And Tosfos Yom Tov already asks, surely it should be the other way around. If something breaks off after it's formed, then you're going to get jagged edges, and then the heat will have not, the fire of the oven will not have burnt and baked the broken off edge. So that's Tosfos Kasha, that's the Kasha of the Tosfos Yom Tov. But the din is still correct. Next in the Sefer of the Mishnah, Titrus. Titrus is a very interesting type of watering can. It's got a base with little holes in, little fine holes, through which the water gets sprayed over the plants. But the way you keep the water in is that there is only one hole at the top in which you put your thumb or your finger in it. So you fill up this Titrus in the house. In order to stop it leaking, you place your finger or thumb into the hole at the top. And under the laws of physics, when you block up the top hole, as long as the top hole is blocked, the water cannot come out of the bottom fine holes. You get to your plants, remove your thumb, remove your finger, and then you can water normally. The question is, the idea of the titrus is that water should come out, so it's not osel kabel. However, there is a moment when you put your finger in so that the water stays inside. Is that called osel kabel? So Rabbi Tzadim Matayr, he says no. The tachlis is to water. The tachlis is that the water should come out of the holes at the bottom, and therefore you haven't got a kibble. Rabbi Yossi Metame bin Peneshu Kamoitzi Prutos. Rabbi Yossi is actually saying two things. The first thing he says, Rabbi Yossi Metame, he says the fact that sometimes part of the usage of this kli is to put your finger in at the top, so that you can walk over to the plants and not lose any mashkin in the intervening period, then it's osel kabel for that moment, and that's enough. Then he adds, he says, even if you're going to argue and say that period from when you fill it up till you start watering is not enough to make it osel kibble, because the eventual tachlis is that you want the water to come out, he says you're still you're still tomei, because when the water does come out, it doesn't leak out. It comes out very, very finely, bit by bit, drop by drop. In other words, although some of it is coming out, you still want the rest to stay in because you want that to come out later. So even while you're watering, you've still got an osel kabel situation, and therefore you're matame because of two reasons. He means two things, as Baal Tanura says.